Aloha! Welcome back to DeFi Tactics. Remember, this is not financial advice. Do not make any financial decisions based on my word alone. Always do your own research. With that said, today we're going to discuss Oracle Swap. What is it? What can we do with it? How the ecosystem works, and what they have planned in the future. Let's get to it. What is Oracle Swap? Essentially, Oracle Swap is a decentralized exchange on the Songbird network and eventually will migrate to Flare. Also, there will be in the future an NFT marketplace. So why are decentralized exchanges so important and so crucial to the ecosystem of DeFi as well as our personal financial freedom? So being a decentralized exchange, we can keep custody of our crypto without having to keep it in custody on a centralized exchange. This ensures that our crypto is not subjected to somebody else making poor financial or business decisions, resulting in halting of withdrawals like Celsius or Voyager or several others. So what can we do with Oracle Swap? Well, as I've hit home, it's a decentralized exchange. Decentralized exchanges, or DEXs, create a decentralized peer-to-peer marketplace for users to interact and trade with each other without a central authority. Oracle Swap is an automated market maker, or AMM. This allows users to create a market out of thin air. Essentially, people become the market makers by providing liquidity in liquidity pools. Users can provide liquidity and earn rewards on swaps proportional to their share of the pool, but be aware of the risks of providing liquidity, such as impermanent loss, which we'll touch on in a little bit. Additionally, there's going to be Oracle token staking, which is their primary governance token. There will be an NFT marketplace, and additionally, we'll be able to stake the Oracle NFTs. So what are the NFTs and tokens associated with this exchange? Well, a little while back, there was an NFT sale for the Oracle's collection. Those holding the Oracle NFTs, as well as some other NFT collections, received an airdrop of Oracle token. There were many other addresses that received 100 Oracle token based on the other SRC20 tokens that they held in their wallet, whether that be XFi, SFIN, Wrapped Songbird, etc. As we can see, these are the Oracle NFTs that were minted. They look pretty cool. The Oracle token is the foundational governance token of Oracle Swap. Oracle has a max supply of 1 billion. No more Oracle will ever be minted ever again. In fact, Oracle will be bought and burnt with the proportion of the DEX swap fees, reducing Oracle's supply over time. As we can see on the Oracle Swap Twitter, we can see that they recently burned 3 million Oracle token, which brings the total burned Oracle supply to 20.2 million. Meaning, right off the bat, there's already a decrease of 20.2 million Oracle token. That equates to 2% of the total supply. That's huge. What else can we do with Oracle token? Well, one of Oracle's primary functions is to be staked in the Oracle Foundry to receive a portion of the DEX swap fees. Additionally, holding Oracle allows you to call certain functions to the distribution burn function of the Oracle distributor contract. And lastly, you can pair Oracle token with other tokens such as Wrapped Songbird to earn profit token in the master profit yield farming system. This is the original infographic that they showed when launching their document section about the actual allocation or distribution of the Oracle token. Initially, there was going to be 620 million airdropped, 25 million to the Rare Pepe, 25 million to Pixel Pepe, 389 million to the Oracle NFT stakers, 170 million bonus, and 11.1 million to the Red Pill NFT holders. Additionally, there's a reserve of 130 million and 250 million for the team. Now, these numbers definitely changed a little bit from when they launched this infographic or this document section based on the Oracle NFTs minted, as well as airdropping to, I believe it was 237,000 addresses, 100 Oracle token, as long as you are holding some other SRC20 token, such as Wrapped Songbird, XFi, Canary X. This brings us to the Profit token. This is the other token in the Oracle Swap ecosystem. The Profit token, or PRO, is an incentive token that is minted and distributed to liquidity providers through the master profit yield farming contract. So essentially, providing liquidity and staking those LP tokens in a yield farm to earn PRO. Profit token starts with an inflation of 6 PRO per block starting in June last month. The PRO per block will decrease to 1 PRO per block after the initial bonus month, which has changed a little bit to decreasing by 1 until December. Additionally, the Profit token has a deflationary mechanic of a 1% burn on transfers, which keeps the supply in check and incentivizes holding. For example, if you transfer 100 PRO, 1 PRO is burnt. The receiving address will only receive 99 PRO, again because 1% is burnt. Lastly, Profit token does not have a set maximum supply. The last part of the Oracle Swap ecosystem is the Profits NFTs. This NFT collection will be discussed more in the coming weeks as we approach the launch of the FTSO. So all details will be available at a later date. However, we can see these Profit NFT trailers, if you will, and they look pretty cool. And there will be utility with these Profit NFTs. If you're getting anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button and left me a comment in the comment section below. Next thing I want to touch on is the projected roadmap for Oracle Swap. So as we can see in Q2 of 2022, they sold out of the Oracle NFTs. They completed the mass airdrop of Oracle token. Next, they audited and test and then launched Oracle Swap. And that's one of the very cool things about this project is that it was audited, and the audit and the code base are completely available for full transparency. Next, we're looking for the USD prices to be added to the DEX, which I actually think they are added now, and charts or analyzers to the DEX. We can also look forward in Q3 for an NFT marketplace and the ability to stake the Oracle NFTs. And lastly, they're working on the FTSO provider, so that way we can earn FTSO rewards from Rap Songbird on the platform. In Q4, we're looking forward to this surprise NFT airdrop, which I'm assuming is going to be the Profit NFTs that I highlighted on Twitter. And then to be determined in the future, we can prepare for the Flare Network and F Asset launch, prepare for a potential snapshot and airdrop on the Flare Network, again, keyword potential, and then lastly, integrate F and S assets to make the DEX work with both Songbird and Flare. There was actually a recent Twitter Spaces where they kind of touched base on that and how they're planning on working with Songbird and Flare. And it was interesting to hear their ideas on using Layer Cake to possibly prevent or refrain from having two separate systems on both Songbird and Flare, and then using Layer Cake instead to have one DEX and Layer Cake to bridge between the two blockchains. One of the last things before we actually look at the DEX and kind of talk about that Oracle Foundry is this Master Oracle plan that they launched on Twitter with their announcement of the Profit NFTs. So, up on the top left here, we can see the DEX Oracle swap fees. So the DEX swap fees are 0.3%. That's the fee paid when making a swap on the DEX. So of that 0.3%, 0.25% go back to the liquidity providers, proportional to your share of the liquidity pool. 0.05 of the fees go to the Oracle distributor contract. So of all the fees on the DEX, 100% gets recycled back into the ecosystem, which is kind of unheard of for a DEX or a project to not have some of those fees go to the founder. It's pretty cool. The Oracle distributor contract converts LPs to Oracle and distributes based on these following percentages. So 70% will go to the Oracle token staking, which is the Oracle Foundry. Another 10% gets burned. So again, we're deflating the total supply of Oracle. And then lastly, 20% will be sent to the profit sacrifice burn. So essentially purchasing profit and burning it, purchasing Oracle and burning it. And then 70% goes to the Oracle Foundry. So some of the LPs can't be converted and are extra. And those are the token or liquidity pools that house tokens with a deflationary burn rate or aspect to them, like CNYX or Profit would also be a deflationary token that in a liquidity pool are extra risky. So those extra liquidity pool tokens would actually go to profit stakers. So the Oracle token staking or Oracle Foundry will receive some extra Oracle, which actually just happened, and that bumped the rate up a little bit, as you'll see, and receives 70% of the 0.05% from the DEX swap fees. Then we've got profit token staking. This is where we stake our profit token, if you want to stake your profit token. 25% of the FTSO fee will be sent to the profit token stakers. Additionally, 50% of the royalties from the profit NFTs will go to the profit token staking. And it says right here, the profits NFT staking will be paired with the profit token staking. So when we're talking about profit token staking, we're talking about profit token paired with the NFTs. So there's your underlying utility for the profit NFTs. So 50% of the royalties from the profit NFT sales will go back to the profit token stakers. Additionally, 50% of the NFT creator royalties will go back to the profit token staking. We've got 50% of the royalties from the profit NFTs going back to profit token stakers, and 50% of the royalties from the Oracle NFTs sales going to profit token stakers. Again, profit token stakers are staking profit token paired with profit NFTs. And lastly, staking the Oracle NFTs, 25% of the Oracle Swap NFT marketplace fees will go to the Oracle stakers, or Oracle NFT stakers. So that's a lot of information. You can see this infographic on the Oracle Swap Twitter. All right, so this is the splash page of the Oracle Swap DEX. Right here we got the swap. We can swap between all these different tokens. If we click on the actual token right there on either side, we can select different tokens. One thing to consider is the slippage. Now when you're swapping between, say, Songbird and Profit or CNYX, you're going to have to adjust the slippage due to that burn rate, which you can do by clicking the little gear icon up here and adjusting the slippage tolerance. If we click auto, it drops it back to 0.50, but that's going to be too low to swap for Pro or for CNYX. So let's go ahead. Let's swap one Songbird for 7.065 Oracle. We click swap. We click confirm. We come up here on the MetaMask prompt, scroll down, and we confirm the transaction. It's going through. Transactions being submitted, processed, and bam, we have swapped one Songbird for 7.065 Oracle. So clicking down here, we can now see my Songbird balance is decreased and my Oracle balance is increased. So now, what can we do? Let's talk about the Oracle Foundry. If we go up here to stake, we get to the Oracle Foundry staking page. What we're doing is we're staking Oracle for X Oracle. Now, as you can see, right next to where it says stake Oracle, it says 1x Oracle equals 1.0119 Oracle. Over time, this rate will increase because fees from the decentralized exchange or the swap fees will get added to the Foundry. So right now, we can swap 1.0119 Oracle for 1x Oracle. However, in the future, as more volume gets pushed through the DEX, this number will increase. So at some point it'll take 2 Oracle to get 1 X Oracle. So you can see by staking now, staking early, in the long term, we'll actually earn more Oracle token by redeeming our X Oracle for more Oracle than we originally put in. So going here, we're gonna just say, let's stake 2 Oracle. I'm going to approve, because when you're interacting with a new contract, you've got to give permission to the smart contract. So it's approving, it's gonna run through, we're approved, and now I can click confirm staking, go up to my MetaMask prompt, click confirm, click confirm again, and wait for confirmation. As you can see, what happened here, we got the green light, and my balance of X Oracle increased. But even though I staked 2 Oracle, I only received 1.976 X Oracle. Again, this is because of the X Oracle to Oracle rate. So let's go up to the pool and let's add some liquidity. If I go up to pool and I click add, it'll bring me to the liquidity page. Looking at this, again, we've got to approve interaction with the smart contract. So I'm going to click approve. I'm going to click confirm. It's going to go through its little transaction blockchain magic, and voila. So I can click the max up here, but I don't have enough Oracle token in order to provide this much liquidity. So I'm going to click max on Oracle down here. And as you can see, 7.819 Oracle plus 1.10571 Songbird will be added to the liquidity pool. Down here, we can see that the actual share of the pool, so I'll have less than 0.01% of the total pool. So what I'm going to do is click confirm adding liquidity. We'll be receiving 2.74198 liquidity pool tokens. So let's confirm, go up to our MetaMask prompt, scroll on down, click confirm, and wait for confirmation. But again, because Songbird is so quick with their consensus, it goes by real quick. So we close out of this. We can now see the position with 2.741 pool tokens. It also goes down and breaks it down how much of the pool share we've got. We can see the breakdown, the value in Songbird and Oracle of those liquidity pool tokens, which changes over time based on the swaps and the volume and the prices. So now let's take these liquidity pool tokens and stake them in the farm to earn some profit token. Coming up to the farm, I click all farms, and I added Songbird and Oracle. However, when you go through it, it automatically converts it to Wrap Songbird. So we're going to click the Wrap Songbird Oracle farm. We're going to click staking. We're going to click max, because why not put it all in there? We're going to approve interaction with the smart contract. Come up to our MetaMask prompt up here. Click confirm. Wait for confirmation. But again, because it's the Songbird network, it goes pretty quick. So we will then confirm the deposit, which will be another requested confirmation. So let's scroll down on the MetaMask prompt and click confirm and wait for confirmation. As we can see, it came up really quick, so I'm going to click close, and now I'm going to come up to the farm tab and click your farms. We can now see that the pool is right here. If I click the pool, we can then see the actual rewards, which will accumulate down here over time, and we will be able to harvest rewards by clicking the Harvest Rewards button. So that's about it for today. Again, I just wanted to run through Oracle Swap. What is it? How we can use it? And all the good things that they're doing and we can look forward to in the future. So, with that said, as always, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. We'll catch you next time on DeFi Tactics. There were many other addresses that received a hundred. So what else can we do with Oracle? So what else can we do with the Oracle token? Well, one of the Oracle's token's primary functions is to be staked in the Oracle Foundry to receive a portion of the Pa, ba, ba, DEX, DEX. And in addition, holding Oracle allows you to call certain functions like the distribution burn function of the Oracle distributor contract. If you're getting anything out of this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button and leave me a comment.